Oof, that's the sound when we do something very tiring. Although this has been very tiring, but the fruit of hard work only comes up when we get result. So this is the part we'll try to see whether we have really achieved something or not. So in this part, we'll do the previous year 5 JEE questions, understanding each and every question in detail, getting through their solution. So let's start this part and see how many concepts a single question can contain, what will be the different approach of doing a question. So all these will be included in this part. So let's start and stay tuned in this to get towards the quantum understanding of inverse trigonometric functions. Now we have some JEE questions on the topic that we have just learned. So let's start doing the questions. Let's see what the first question has to offer. The first question says, what we need to do, we need to find out the domain of fx given that function is sine inverse 2x plus pi by 6. So let's start up. So sine inverse minus this 2x, right? So first of all, this has to be defined. So what do I know? That if this needs to be defined, so 2x must range from minus 1 to 1. So the value that x will range will be from minus half to plus half. This is the first and the ultimate condition which I know of in this question. Now it's going to happen. Now my sine inverse x is defined. What do I have to look again? I have to think of about the square root thing. Now as for the real functions that you guys are reading, square root must be positive. So if square root is positive, what I can get from this, that sine inverse 2x plus pi by 6 must be greater than equal to 0. So sine inverse 2x is greater than minus pi by 6, which is nothing but sine inverse 2x, and that is sine inverse of minus half. Now what do I have? Because sine is an increasing function, so what will I'll take? I'll take 2x is greater than minus half, which means x is greater than equal to minus 1 by 4. Now I have a set of values which is saying that this is 1 by minus 1 by 4. You have to take values which are greater than this, and I have something which tells me that you have a value which is there in order for sine inverse 2x to be defined, and that will be only defined for this range. So the common thing to this two ranges is this part where answer is ranging from minus 1 by 4 to 1 by 2. Hence this will be the answer. So minus 1 by 4 to 1 by 2, hence option number D will be the answer, and this is a question which has come up into the JEE advanced question. So see what are the kind of questions these JEE guys are asking. Next one, sine of cot inverse x plus 1 is equals to cos of tan inverse x. See, sine and cos, I know that they are complementary angles, they just differ by a difference of pi by 2. So what do I can say? That cos of pi by 2 minus cot inverse of x plus 1 will be equal to cos of tan inverse x, right? Now doing the same thing, checking for the definition of the inverse function. Tan inverse x defined for all real, cot inverse x plus 1 defined for all real, hence x will be defined for all real. So now what I have done, I have equated cos of pi by 2 minus cot inverse x plus 1 is equals to cos of tan inverse x. So from one of the properties of cot inverse x, I know of that this value will be equal to tan inverse of minus x plus 1. So this will be cos, or this will be cos of tan inverse x. Now what do I know? That cos is an even function. Cos is an even function, which means the value of cos x and the value of cos minus x is always going to be the same. So I need to go for two things in which x plus 1 will once be equal to x and x plus 1 will once be equals to minus x. So for the first case, when x plus 1 is equals to x gets cancelled out, so I'll have no solution from this part. But if x plus 1 is equals to minus x, which will I have 2x equals to minus 1 and x equals to minus half. So I think this is the answer which is going to be perfect for the question, and minus half is the option number A. So I think option number A is the correct answer for this question. Moving further, if x is between 0 to 1, then x cos cot inverse x plus sine cot inverse of x whole square minus 1 to the power half. What's the value for this? Too complex. Let's try to simplify things. I am seeing 2 cot inverse x's, so cot inverse x is equal to theta, suppose. So cot of theta is equal to x. Now cot of theta is equal to x. Now just put in the values of cot inverse of x. So this will become root over 1 plus x of square. This will be x cos theta plus sine theta. This is going under the whole square, and then minus 1 is coming up, and after that I have the value half. Now if I have cot theta as x, which means I can consider up a triangle in which suppose this is the value theta. Cot theta means cos by sine, so which means x by 1, and this will become root over 1 plus x square. Right, now I think I can pull up the values of sine theta, cos theta from there, and I can very easily do the question. So cos theta is x into x by 1 plus x square, plus sine theta is 1 over root over 1 plus x square, right? And then I'll have to do the whole square for this part, and then minus 1, then complete root. Now let's see what I get. I'll have x square plus 1 in this root over of 1 plus x square. Now I have whole square such that minus 1 is also there, and then I'll have to multiply it with 1 plus x square, which there is raised to the power half. So doing the calculations, I'll have 1 plus x square. This will be x square plus 4 plus 2x square minus x square plus minus 1 over x square plus 1 to the power half. This will be root over of 1 plus x square. This will cancel out with 1, this will cancel out with this one, so I'll have x square into x square plus 1 by x square plus 1 to the power half. This will cancel out. This will be x times root over 1 plus x square. Only x, not minus x, because x is ranging from 0 to 1, which means x is always positive. So I'll just take positive square root of this thing, which will be x times root over of 1 plus x square, and that will be the answer to this question, which is given in the option number C. Hence C is the correct answer for this question. Moving further, the value of cot summation n equals to 1 to 23 cot inverse 1 plus this too big, tough to handle. Let's see what can we do in this. Let's start off from the innermost thing, and then we'll try to simplify things. Summation of 2k, it's easy, we can do this. So this will be 2 can be taken outside, and this will be n into n plus 1 by 2, summation of first natural numbers. So this will become n square plus n. So what do I have now? Summation n equals to 123 cot inverse of n square plus n plus 1. See, normally we do these kind of questions in terms of tan. It will be very easy for me if I'll try to convert it into tan, and as soon as I have tan inverse, I know that there is something going on which will help me in order to get the things done in terms of difference. So what do I have? I have n equals to 1, and it goes till 23 tan inverse of 1 over n square plus n plus 1. So I need to write this in terms of difference. So what can I do? Let's see. I think I can write my n square plus n plus 1 as n plus 1 whole square minus n square. I hope everyone will be square on this with me. So I think n plus 1, let's say it's not n square, it's n. So I think I can say that this will be n plus 1 minus root n and n plus 1 plus root n, right? Now if that's the thing what I have written, a square minus b square, a plus b into a minus b, let's see what is going to happen. Tan inverse, or there is a need to do all of this? I cannot find out answer by simplifying the denominator into square root, because I won't get the numerator what I need. See, I will get the numerator by this 9 n plus 1. If I'll subtract n from it, and in the denominator I'll try to write it like this. Now I have something. So I can write it as tan inverse of 1 plus n minus n, 1 plus n plus 1 into n. I can write it off as tan inverse n plus 1 minus tan inverse n. So now the value of n is ranging from 1 to 23. So this value will become, if I'll just start off giving values to this, so tan inverse 2 minus tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 3 minus tan inverse 2, and the final value will give me tan inverse 24 minus tan inverse 23. So as I can see, first term is getting cancelled out with whole terms, so all these terms will vanish out. The answer that I'll be left out with, tan inverse of 24 minus tan inverse of 1. If I'll do the same thing again, tan inverse of 23 over 1 plus 24, so that will be tan inverse 23 over 25. That will be the final answer that we will get. Let's see whether this is in one of the options or not. 23 by 25, yes it is. The option number A is the answer. But what do I need to have? I need to find out cot of all of this. So cot of tan inverse 23 by 25 will just be the reciprocal of it. Hence the answer is not 23 by 25. The answer is 25 by 23. So the correct answer for this question is 25 by 23. Moving further, this was also a JEE advanced question. Cot sine inverse 1 minus x square is equals to sine of tan inverse this and this. See, I really don't want to mess up with cot, tan, sine such simply into one question. So what will I do? I'll be judicious and intelligent enough such that I'll convert each and everything into a common value. Suppose cot theta is equals to sine inverse 1 minus x square. Right? So theta is this 1 minus x square sine inverse. Now I'll consider this 1 and this will be the whole thing which is going to be followed. Similarly, the tan inverse thing also can be assumed of something. So what I'll do, I'll try to write each and everything in terms of angle of sine. The left hand side can be written as sine of sine inverse some value, and the right hand side can also be written as sine of sine inverse of some of the values. By doing the simple computation and the calculation, I think on the RHS it's quite easy for me. Sine inverse will become x root 6 over 1 plus 6x square under the whole root, and onto the left hand side I will have the whole thing in terms of sine. So sine inverse mod of x root over 1 minus x square. Now I have sine, sine inverse, sine inverse. So what will I do? I'll just equate these two values, and if I equate these two values, what will I have? I'll have this root over 1 minus x square, and that is equals to x root 6 root over of 1 minus 1 plus 6x square, right? Now I'll do the squaring onto the both sides and let's find out what the answer is. So I'll get 1 plus 6x square as 6 minus 6x square. So 12x square will be equal to 5 and x will be equal to plus minus 5 by 12, or this can also be written as 1 by 2 root over 5 by 3. But see, as if I have started with a linear value, right? And each and every value cannot be just fit into this. So while checking out, I have found out that the answer to this question from the given options is root 5 by 3, 1 by 2, plus that will automatically satisfy. But see, sine inverse, this will give me a positive value, right? And if I take negative value over here, I'll come up with a negative angle. So it will be quite difficult for me to judge out very specifically whether which answer I should take. So doing it onto the first quadrant and onto the positive side, suppose this kind of question comes, so you will very easily write down its answer as option number A, because 1 by 2 plus 5 root 3 is the answer. So these are the JEE questions which were there from ITR, and you have seen how we do these kind of questions. Hope this chapter was quite clear and understandable, and I was able to maintain the interest of you guys into this chapter. Stay tuned to Ask IITians for more lectures like this, and we'll come up with more and more fantabulous ideas and more tips and tricks for each and every subject, physics, chemistry, biology, to go further and let you understand the things in education. So while studying the chapter of straight lines from the sessions, if you have had any doubt, you have to go to the website www.askiitians.com. Over there you will see a discussion board. Click on that. Then on the right hand side of the page you will see Ask Experts. First of all, go and select your category. You can choose the category, then you will post your question, and after that you will click on to get answer. We experts at Ask IITian will revert back to you in 24 to 48 hours with the solution. So dinner was served with starters, with main course, with dessert. So everything is on to the verge of completion, and I think you are going to be satisfied. If you are not, go through the whole dinner again, start with dessert, go towards main course, and then be with the starters, because you'll go into the backward direction and will start from the end. So that is how the journey will be for you. And if you have understood, there are lots and lots of questions, and there are lots and lots of videos on the Ask IITians for physics, chemistry and biology. So stay tuned and get more and more videos from AskIITians.com in order to get selected in JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. Thank you.